Hello everyone, welcome. Today we're going to solve the LeetCode daily problem number 2537. Count the number of good subarrays. So in this problem, we're given an integer array nums and integer k. We should return the number of good subarrays of nums. A subarray is good if there are at least k pairs of indices I and j, such as I less than j, and array A is equal to array j. So we have two conditions for our. So a subarray is contiguous non-empty sequence of elements with an array. And here we have a few examples where nums 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 and k 10. And output 1 because the only good subarray is the array nums itself. Then we have another example where we have 3, 1, 4, 3, 2, 2, 4 and k2 and output 4 because there are 4 different good subarrays. Like example, like has 2 pairs, 3 pairs, 2 pairs, has 2 pairs. And we have constraints. So of the length and num itself, quite big one. So we can approach this as a story. So imagine you have a big box of colored Lego blocks. Each block has number on it, and you want to build long trains, subarrays, where some blocks appear together often enough. The train is good if among its blocks there are at least k pairs of blocks that have the same number. In our adventure, we slide a magnificent glass over our box with 2 pointers. One marks the start of our train and the other marks the end. As we extend the train, we count how many matching pairs are inside. Once we have enough pairs, every extra block you add at the end will keep the train good. Our goal is to count how many good trains, subarrays, we can form. So, as you understand from description, we will use start and end sliding window. It's algorithm from 2 pointers. Algorithms will be sliding window. And for data structure, we will use hash map to track frequency of each number in the current subarray. This is allow us to quickly calculate how many matching pairs are added each time we extend the subarray. So for structure, we use hash map. So let's start coding. As from description, we need to return an integer subarray count. So subarray count will be equal 0 and we'll return subarray count by the end. Now we will use n for len of nums to shorten our process. We wouldn't need to rewrite len of nums each time. Now let's move to another part, to pair, as we need to look for each pair. So we need to have pair count. We will need to have start, which will equal to 0. And lastly, we will use our hash map. So num frequency, which will be equal to defaultdict. Dictionary in Python is meaning for hash map. End. Now we will start from n in range of n. So we will have the n of our sliding window in the range of n. And now we assign num to nums of end. And each time we add a number, we form pair of equal to its current frequency. So pair count will be added to num, frequency num, and lastly num. Freq num will be incremented by 1. Now the next part that we will do, we will run the while loop for current subarray to meet the condition of all extended subarrays. So while this bar count is bigger or equal to k, this condition true, subarray count will be incremented by length minus end. So all subarray extend beyond and are good. So then we will use our frequency of nums start minus 1. Remove the left from the element from the window, and we'll use pair count minus n num frequent nums start. Then we adjust bar after removal, and lastly start will move 1 position ahead. And let's run our code and submit. And it's pretty efficient. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question, feel free to leave them down below. Happy coding! Bye!